Alpha Lima Alpha. 2 Alpha Lima Alpha.
Okay, I'm getting the 2 Alpha, but that's it. I'm not getting the SELARC. You're really in the noise, over.
That's 2 Alpha Lima Alpha. 2 Alpha Lima Alpha. QSL?
QSL. We got that time. Thanks for hanging in there, over.
Thank you, 73.
We keep fielding Victor, Echo 6 Canada,
That's my training. Let's start on DVD.
Everyone is able to get contacts. That's the name of the game today, and I do appreciate it. You've all been very kind to us over the time, and we do appreciate it. So it's nice to have plans. Thank you all very much, and I hope you enjoyed the day. Yeah, that's quite all right. Let's see. I guess Steve is our only dignitary I need to introduce. Steve is with the university in Hammond, and he's in the communications department. And he's here interested. Yesterday we had the emergency communications officer from Washington Parish with us, and so we appreciate those people who are interested and have an interest in emergency communications coming out. First of all, make sure you keep your utensils because there's lots of food left, and we'll get back to that. A little bit about Field Day. A lot of people, particularly in the press, have taken notice of it because they think it's something new that came about as a result of Katrina. But actually, Field Day is a long time ham radio tradition that goes back at least to the 1920s and 30s, in the early days of ham radio, when hams realized it was an important means of supplementing communications when other means failed. And so that's what we do. I think most of you have heard the story, but we came out here yesterday at noon, and everything that you see in here, and all the antennas and all the wires strung around the trees weren't here. We spent a good part of the afternoon yesterday putting all that up, setting up equipment, most of which comes from the hams' home stations. They bring it out and they set it up and use it. We're running on emergency generator power, so we're not running off of the commercial mains. So the generators have been running, they've been kept fueled and recycled on and off so that they get a rest period. And we've been making contacts. We have some literature up here. I invite you to browse through it. We also have some on the table. And I also need to thank, we thank Parish for the food. We need to thank Alvin for allowing us to use his facilities here. This is a great facility at the Renaissance Festival. So thank you, Alvin, we appreciate it. And there is some Renaissance Festival material on the table up here too, in addition to the ham radio stuff. For those of you who look, this is the list of our Southeast Louisiana Amateur Radio Club members in Southeast Louisiana. The membership stretches from Baton Rouge to the west, Livingston Parish, up to the Mississippi border, to the east in St. Tammany and Washington parishes, and then down into the south area we have members in Jefferson Parish, Bowlings Parish, and even Clackamas Parish. And each pin represents one ham operator who's a member of our club. And you see their call sign and their name, and the list here that associates the call sign with the name. The map over here, each pin represents one contact, one complete contact that we've had with another ham radio operator somewhere in the country. This chart was completed about 10 o'clock this morning, and since that time, quite a few more contacts have been made, but they're not up here. But you'll notice the contacts spread all the way across the country: Alaska, Hawaii, right here from this facility with these antennas, this contact. Several stations, as you can see, in Canada, and then into the Caribbean, several stations in the Virgin Islands. So I encourage you to come up and look at that information.